That's it.
Hello, hello, and welcome to another edition of Roz's Happy Hour. I'm your girl, Roz, coming to you from Trisha Entertainment. Happy holidays, which only means we're getting close to getting over 2020, and I'm ready for 2021. I don't know about you. So how are you all doing? I can't talk today. Anyway, so stay safe and keep wearing your mask so we can all see 2021. Well, I already said welcome and thank you for being here tonight. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back and thank you for your continued support. I really appreciate it. But let me give a shout out to the old school music group. Thank you for rocking with your girl, Roz. Listen, we're doing a lot of updates, so please be sure to check us out. Check us out on our website at trisheentertainment.com. Check us out on our YouTube page, Roz's Happy Hour, and also on our business page at Trisha Entertainment. Like us. Did you check us out last week? Or the week before last with Morris Chestnut. Oh my God, he is such a wonderful brother. I'm super grateful that we were able to have him on the show. And if you get a chance to watch a Morris Chestnut movie during the holiday, please do check it out and support a brother. Facebook was tripping, so you got to stay to the end to hear more music from Mr. Eddie Levert, because I'm not going to have Facebook tripping with us today. So be sure to stay here all the way through. But want to jump right in today because I know you all are excited, as I am, to hear from the legend himself. He is no stranger to any of us. And in keeping with our motto here at Roz's Happy Hour is to bring you the best in arts and entertainment. Have we done that? I think we've done that. I think we've done pretty good. Praise the Lord. But before I bring him on, please share the link. Let some more people know that Eddie Levert is in the house. And while you're at it, grab your favorite beverage. Let's sip and talk to the legend himself. All righty. Tonight, our guest is known for his raspy voice and his sexy moves. He's one of the founders and lead singers of the legendary group, the OJs. Please put your hands together, or in this case, heart them up. Give me some hearts. And please welcome Mr. Eddie Levert.
Hello, Roz. Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Hello,
Levert.
Roz. Hello. Hey, Roz, that was very impressive. Your intro,
Yeah.
very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. I'm talking about how long have I known this woman? I've known her, and now you've got it up there like it's the movies. Like you're, I love it. I love it. And then, listening to you talk about Morris Chestnut. Now, his father, Morris Senior,
Yes.
he's the one he sung bass on a song for us when Walter was in the hospital. He sung those bass on Lonely Drifter. That's how I know Morris and his son from his father doing the vocals with us. As Walt was sick, he was in the hospital, and so Morris came and did Morris Senior came and did the bass part on the record Lonely Drifter.
And you know, the only thing he said was his father was an entertainer. That's all
No,
I knew.
well, he was. Well, he was. He was. He had. We all stayed in the same apartment complex in California, and this was during the time we were working with H.B. Barnum, and so we cut the song "Lonely Drifter," and Morris was in the neighborhood, and he was singing with what's his name, Mo. I can't think of Mo's real name now, but that's what we called him. But we all would sing in the courtyard of the apartment complex, and so
Wow.
that's how I know that I have a personal relationship with Morris Chestnut.
Wow, that is fabulous. That is fabulous. Well, let me welcome you though to Roz's Happy Hour. What you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking some Chardonnay. I love. I won't even say the name because they're not paying me.
I'm learning. I'm learning. Well, look, let's toast to the ending of Trump and cheers.
Yeah, yeah, but what you got to realize now, Roz, he kept us excited. He kept it exciting every day. We were waiting to see what new stuff he was going to pull today. So he kept it interesting. Now we have to give him that, even though it was a lot of stupidness, a
Yes.
lot of dumbness, and so and still he's still refusing to go.
So
He's not going quietly.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Well, I'm going in with my pitchfork on the 20th. Is that what?
Well, yeah. Well, we might need to sweep him out of there with a broom or something.
Yeah. And cheers to you and your family, Ryan and Rocky, and my hubby, Clemmy.
Yes, Clemmy. How's he doing?
He's doing
Because
good.
that's my guy. That we've been.
know.
Yeah. How long have we been knowing each other, Roz? About 30?
I'm,
Is it 30 years?
I'm getting ready to show you something. My first OJ's concert. But we got to drink first, though. We got to.
Okay.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone. That was the next thing I wanted to show you. Look at this. Check this out. Stand by.
What a skinny Eddie Levert. We both was thin when we were thin, and we were just grinning our butts off.
Look.
Oh, Roz.
We were matching.
I can't. Look at that. We were youngsters then, right? We were just hanging out, having a great time. Oh man, we've been. How long has this been, Roz?
That was 1989. Longer than I knew Clemmy.
Yeah, it was. That was the first. That was the first. Maybe that was the first time that I met Clemmy when we took that picture. No,
I didn't know him then. I met him in 90.
Okay, that's right. Because let me see, who was it?
Jay Brown.
Absolutely.
Jay Brown.
Jesus.
Huggy.
Yes, Jesus. And when Maria and what's the other girl's name? I can't think of her name. It was you.
No. Jay's wife was Rosalind, and she was sometimes out there on the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that concert, that was my first OJ's concert, and didn't have a ticket. I walked to the back door. Let me tell you how you inspired my life. I walked to the back door, knocked on the door. You know, you had your team. They came and they looked. Yes. And I'm like, Eddie Levert. And they were like, okay, just a minute. And then they came back. It was Russell. I called him.
Russell, the guitar player. Yes, yes.
Was no Russell. He was the road manager. Your uncle, your cousin. He passed away.
Was it Andrew? Are you talking about Andrew, my brother?
No, no, I know him. But this
Okay, the let me see who was road manager at that time. Was
Russell.
it wasn't JoJo. It wasn't JoJo at that time. No. That was too let me see. Early. Come on, stop. I'm too old for this, Roz. I'm too old. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. I'll think of it before we get off here. I'll think of it. I
Yeah,
gotta think. That's what we go way back,
way
girl.
back. Way
Before you even started doing your entertainment thing, right?
yes, yes,
Oh wow, Roz.
yes.
Wow. Wow. We've been friends a long time. Long time.
Long time. But guess what? You have always been cordial, nice, cool. You just always let me, be around you, and I appreciate you for that.
Well, like I said, you and Clemmy has always been great people, and you don't run into that many people that can last that long with you because show business is a fickle business, and people go and come in and out. But one thing about you and Clemmy, you've always been there with me, and through the ups and downs, you're one of those people that I've always been up with you, not down, not ever.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing us so many years of great music. do you miss
Oh,
Do you miss the stage right now?
uh, somewhat, somewhat, but now that the pandemic and the quarantine is in, I get a chance now. I have other passions, and now I really get a chance to do a little painting, and I love to paint, and I do. I've been doing a lot of painting and doing a lot of writing, and now I've moved my studio into my house, so now I can do my vocals. Like if I want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can just go in the studio and start singing. So that has been a great thing for me. Um, yeah, I really meant it. I miss it because now we're going to do virtual, and now like tomorrow we're doing a virtual performance for a private party,
Mm,
and I don't know how that's gonna affect me because the only thing virtual that we have done was doing the Biden and Harris campaign. We did Love Train, and we did
yeah.
Got to Give the People What They Want, Biden and Harris, and so that was my first time doing a virtual kind of work, and it just seems there's nobody screaming and there's nobody clapping and there's no
Yeah.
it's just you know it's just like, okay, I hope they like that. I hope they appreciated that. I hope I did a good job.
Wow. So will you all be together or be at different locations in the
No, tomorrow will be the first time that we'll be all together since
wow.
last year. We're going to be in a studio. We've quarantined everybody. Everybody has taken a COVID test,
Mhm.
and we will have masks, and probably we'll take off the mask while we're singing. But we're going to limit as much um, closeness as we can. We're going to social distance as well. And everybody's taking a COVID test. Eric, he just flew out here from Cleveland. And I was asking him, I said, well, how was the flight, man? He says, terrible. And he don't, because he says there's no first class, and usually we fly first class. He said he had the first. He said he had the first seat, but that was it. That was about it.
They took
I,
away first class.
no, there's no first class. Everything is the same now. And I told him, well, I probably won't be going back east unless I drive, and I'll be like Howard Hewitt. Howard has driven all the way from California all the way back east. He
Yes.
did a whole tour in his car.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So
Yeah.
this has really changed a lot of things and the way that you really look at the things that are important in life. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It's really changed your whole concept of family and friends,
Mhm.
and the business has changed a great deal. Now, um, it's about how many followers you can get. It's about how many views you can get, how many streams you can get, and I don't think I really don't know whether that's a true evaluation of who you are as an entertainer or as a personality as yourself. I don't, because I think this is valuable, what you're doing, because now you're communicating with the people, you're giving them something to do. And I don't think that the people that are really into it, like so many people like Freddie Jackson and all Lenny Williams and all of these people that Marcus Allen, these the Whispers, all of these people are now, they they don't have a chance to do what they usually do,
Mhm.
perform for the people. So now it's like we got to figure out a way to um, get our talent seen, because the young people control the narrative for social media,
Yeah.
and they get all the followers because most of our people, like myself, don't know how to work social
And
media.
let me we messed around and got a smart TV, and it's too damn smart.
It's wearing you out, ain't it? Yeah. Well, trying to, like I do. I started off doing a thing called on Instagram called In My Opinion,
Yeah.
and the more I got into it, because I just wanted to let people know what was going on and how it was affecting everybody, not just the average person. It was also affecting all the people in all kinds of walks of life. And I wanted everybody to be able to relate and say that this is not only affecting you, it's affecting doctors, lawyers, entertainers, athletes. Everybody's having a hard time with this. And so it turned out it started begin it started to be a job, Rob. That's what it started. and so I started competing with Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah.
And how could I compete with Monday Night Football? Because I was coming on at 5 o'clock. So
Right.
finally, I just had to say, okay, I'm not going to try to compete with Monday Night Football. I'll take a hiatus and go, and I'll come back after Monday Night Football. This time this way I get a chance to line up my guests, because I was just winging it. At first, I was just calling on people that I knew. Okay,
Wow.
come on and let's talk, and let us hear your opinion on what's going on and how's it affecting you, Roz? I mean,
Well, our industry is completely,
yeah,
shut down.
yeah.
And I don't know how long that's going to be, because I don't know when live concerts are coming back. I mean, are we going to go when, I think we're at least a year out. From what?
Yeah, well, they're saying that they probably won't open up the entertainment business until 2021, and they're hoping around June or May or sometime around. I don't think so because they got to reconfigure all the concert halls. They got, and like
Oh,
you yourself, you do a lot of cruises and all of that stuff, and so and the cruise lines are having a hard time now
close.
trying to book because I talked to Tom Joyner and he had to when I talked to him on over his birthday a couple of weeks ago, he was telling me I'm sitting here with a stack of return checks. I gotta return people's money, and because that's affected a whole lot of stuff,
Oh,
and
wow.
the way it looks now, they've come up with a vaccine, but I don't know when everybody's going to get it, and I don't know who's going to take it
I was going to
because a
ask
lot of
you.
people, a lot of people are apprehensive about they don't want to turn into.
Down the road, you don't know. And at first, they started saying they were going to, let's give it to the black people first. And I'm like, no, talking about because the virus was affecting us the most,
Yeah.
so they were going to issue the um, vaccination to us. But I'm not. I want to wait. I want to wait.
Well, think when they say it's affecting us the most, it's because maybe we're the smaller number in that thing in that equation. Because you got 300 million people, and black people only represent like what in the United States
Mhm,
maybe 30 some million
mhm,
people,
mhm.
million blacks.
Yeah.
So naturally our numbers are going to be higher because we are lesser. Because when I look at it, I say to myself, okay, it's affecting us the most because we're the lesser in numbers. But we're not in Italy, we're not in Greece, we're not in France, we're not in England. The majority of people over there are white people. So I'm saying, like, this is what they're focusing on, and now they want to give us the vaccine first. And so the first thing I think about is like maybe they're trying to get rid of us by giving us look. Maybe I'm paranoid.
No, no, that's,
I'm not by myself, right?
you are not by yourself. That's exactly what they've been. They didn't want us to vote. I was wondering, oh, they, getting rid of us.
Totally.
We
Well,
need to
right,
vote.
right. When you get to the place where you and then there's so much hate and so much division in the country, and then there's so many people that just don't like you. And I don't understand that. They just don't like you because of your color, because of who you are, and you don't know me. I don't there's nobody in the world that I just dislike and I don't know them. They have to do something to me for me to dislike them. But you can just be black and these people hate you to the bone. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what gets me, Roz, is like watching these movies about racism and watching movies about Harriet Tubman, watching movies like that 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 shows how the black man has been treated, or the Indian, or the anybody of color has been treated in this country. And when I see it, I know it's history, but it has a tendency to depress me. It
Yeah.
has a tendency to make me angry. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And so I stopped watching those kind of movies because I don't want to be put in a place of depression. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be saying, my God, how can you treat people like this? How can you do that and feel like it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm staying in the house, because I have I have a mouth on me. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And I mean, just for instance, we went to get some food. We ordered some food, and so we drove to the restaurant, and from the car we ordered, and so we waited. They said it'd be about 30 minutes, so we waited. As we waited, more people came up, but there was only one person in the restaurant at a time. So they're forming a line and we're just patiently waited. I said, well, let's wait 45 minutes. At 45 minutes, I got out the car and walked in. So this white man said, excuse me, there's a line. I said, not for me. And who are you to question me? So
Yeah, yeah.
I went on in, got our food, came back out. He kept going. He said, if all of us have been in line waiting. And I said, sir, did you see me sitting out here for the past hour? Right here? And then Clemmy opened the door. I said, let me go on and get in the car.
Yeah, right.
Leave him alone. Let's go. So
What this is what kills me. These people want to direct traffic, and then they want to say that we're crying because we're crying like we have the spoon in our mouth. No, we're crying because this has been done, and the injustice has been done to black people and people of color for so long that, when do you get tired? When do you when do you start speaking up for yourself? When do you start letting them know this has gone on far long enough? And now they're getting to the place that they want to start to be violent, and I think that's part of their nature. They can't help themselves. They want to be violent. That's who they are. And I'm not saying all white people are like that. I'm just saying that they know who they are when I'm talking, and so I hope they don't get me wrong and say, well, they always want to say we're racist
yeah,
because we play the race card.
yeah,
No, that's not the case. The case is that I'm tired of being treated like this, and
yeah,
I'm tired of my people being treated like this. And
yeah.
they say, well, we're gonna get we got a new president. We with Mr. Biden and Kamala Harris. We got new people, but there's been new people in there for the longest. Obama was in there, and they, for some reason or other, blocked everything he wanted to do. And then they want to say that he did nothing because you didn't let him do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now, let's think about that. Let's be for real. You know, I, I'll start going on a rant. Let
I
me
know. I know. Well, wait. So, did you guys watch the fight? I know you're big box.
you know, well, that's my boy, Mike. Mike, that's my boy, and but I don't think Roy had a chance. Roy had to move like he was moving. Roy had to get around, and poor Nate. They're just really doing Nate a job. I hope he don't commit suicide behind
Oh,
these people doing these memes on him.
I'm not.
Yeah, I mean they got a challenge going. Who can lay down and not be knocked out? That's terrible. I mean, it's terrible, and you got to realize Nate is a good athlete. He's
Yeah,
done some great things. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And to be a boxer, look, I tried box. I
Did
tried it.
you?
I tried it
What?
because look, I was trying to be. I wanted to be all I could be, Roz. I wanted to be well. Either I'm going to be. Let me see. First, I was going to be a doctor. Just a little bit long to try to be a doctor. Lawyer. That just you got to be a good liar to be a doctor. A lawyer. You got to be a good liar. You got to be a good liar. So I tried boxing. I said, let me try boxing. I got knocked out, Rob. I got knocked out just like Nate did. it was
What?
it was even worse. Well, I was only what I
Oh my
maybe
God.
I was going for the Golden Gloves, and so I was only about what 16,
Yeah.
15, 16 years old, and
Wow.
so I went out for it, and this was just in practicing, and I thought I had him set up, and so I said, I'm finna knock him through the wall, and that guy hit me, and then when I woke up, I started talking about la 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 la. I'm gonna be a singer.
He said, "That's it. I'm dead. I know."
Yeah, I'm gonna be a singer. I think I'm gonna sing. Nobody's gonna be hitting me.
Oh my God. But do you think it's dangerous for them to fight at 50?
I think if you're in shape, and Mike looked like he was in good shape, and he feels like this is his calling, and he
Mhm,
feels like this is good for his sanity, and
mhm.
I think it's a good thing because he says he felt like he was like a fish out of water without boxing, and I think they all feel that way. Even that's why they all come back
Yeah.
and one more. Let me try it one more time to see if I really got it. Um,
Oh,
like my friend Sugar Ray Leonard, the same thing.
yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya, and I think that Mayweather is going to try it again too.
Yeah, but what about Holyfield? He wants to fight Tyson.
Yeah, but he should. Well, I hope he wear earmuffs because I look. I feel
Oh
some way
God.
about and I've talked to Holyfield about this because before they were gonna fight, I was telling Evander, look, Evander, you finna get knocked out, man. You need to let this go. This is before they fought the first time. And
Yeah.
so Evander would laugh in my face and tell me, watch this. And so he got in there and he was fighting Mike, but he was also using his head a lot. He was
Yeah.
headbutting a lot in that
He
fight. And
was.
no, and the ref didn't call it. And that's what made Mike go off and bite him on the ear because he was headbutting Mike a lot. Now, a lot of people want to say that I'm partial. Yeah, I like Mike, but I see when I see wrong, I see wrong, and I see why Mike lost his cool because he kept headbutting, and Mike said, "Well, okay, take this."
Hmm.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
I
Well,
might have done, I might have done the same.
uh, yeah, I think you would have tripped him and jumped on top of him.
Yeah, right, right.
No, I'm from Chicago. If you gonna start getting dirt,
Yeah,
then
right,
no.
right.
I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
Well, listen,
That's
I have
right.
a couple people. Do you mind? I know they want to. Can you see?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's see who we got here. Oh, okay, Miss Barbara Johnson. She says, "Great."
Barbara,
Uh-huh. Can you see it?
yeah, yeah, she says, great interview. Thank you, Laura Brake, for sharing. Whoever Laura Brake is,
That's
Blake,
my
Blake.
girl. Yeah, Carmen.
And then Carmen says, Mike gonna bite that other ear. He just might.
Okay, who's this? Joanne Limsey. You made the best choice to sit.
I think so. I think so, Joanne. I think so. I agree with you totally.
Okay, just want to say we love you. Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right, y'all. We gonna get back. Eddie got y'all just don't know.
They don't know me like you do.
No. They both was in good shape at
Absolutely,
that age.
absolutely, absolutely, Laura. They were both in good shape. I just think that I think Roy picked a good, but Roy, this is on his bucket list way before he retired, way before Mike became. But I think if he'd have ran into Mike early, it would have been terrible.
Oh, because
Yeah,
he wasn't a real heavyweight. He just go?
no, no,
Yeah, that's
no,
the
no,
thing.
no, no. And Roy was good, and until everybody found out that he had a glass jaw, then they started knocking him out. Well, and Roy was good.
Yeah,
He was a puncher.
fast.
He was a
Yeah,
champion. He
yeah,
was a champion, and that little move where he hit you and slide to the right and run around to the left and hit you
yeah,
again. He was real sneaky.
yeah, yeah. It was good.
I love him though. All these look. It takes a lot of heart to do what those guys are doing, and fighting is a brutal sport. I
Brutal.
wouldn't. That yeah, man. You could end up brain damage. You can end up dead. Messing around with them people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
Get hit one hit. You know,
That's right. That's right.
one
And be
hit can
done.
take you
Well,
out.
it's like Nate. The guy. What's his name? K. What was his name? Uh, that he was fighting. On
Oh,
that card. It
oh,
was
yeah. I'm not
it
sure.
was I can't think of his name, but he was just a YouTuber, and if he'd have got into the fight, if he'd have got in the ring with the real fighter, he
Hmm.
might have got his butt knocked out.
Yep.
So, I mean, so, he better watch it because
Yeah.
they're after him now.
Yes, indeed. But Eddie, I have to thank you for not only being the voice of song, but the voice of reason this past years, as we were all dealing with this Trumpism. We hit on it a little earlier, but you was keeping it real, and you allowed us to vent, saying things that we were afraid to say out loud. So thank you, because I know I went on your page and I had a lot to say.
Well, Roz, I think people, they needed that during a period. They needed a place where they can come and say what they really feel, and the doctors and all of the entertainers. Because I was just not talking to entertainers and professional people. I was talking to regular people, and I was talking to my family. I was talking to teachers, and I was talking to doctors. I wanted to know what they really felt about the pandemic, how they felt like, because you got a lot of people that think that the pandemic is a farce and like people that it's not real.
Mhm.
But people are dying from this. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
uh, you uh, it's a real thing,
it's a real
and
thing.
you need to adhere to the mask and the social distancing. What is it going to hurt? You know what I'm saying? Just do it for the time being until we can get past this and see if it makes it better.
Yeah, because I mean, people saying I gotta go see my mom. I gotta go see. Yeah, but if you go see her and then
Yeah,
I'd rather take a chance to see her when this is over. Right now,
yes,
just
yes,
still,
yes.
you know.
And you got people still jumping on airplanes, going to see their family. And I can understand you miss people. It's like my wife Raquel. You can't just live in a bubble. You can't just give up on life. Period. Because my grandkids, they come by and, hey, pop up. They want to hang out. Because it's good to hang out with their grandparents, because we spoil them and we give them candy, and then we send them home and let their parents suffer
Deal
from
with it.
that. but all of that to say is that we we need to think of ourselves first, and then in thinking of ourselves first, we're going to think of other people by doing that for ourselves.
Yes, yes. And but there's a lot of other entertainers that are will not talk politics. I've had a lot come on my show, or even just in general, just they're share, stay away from it. But I think that you all are, we need to hear from you guys. Maybe people will listen more if it comes from the artist.
I, I don't think that I'm the voice of speaking for the people. I'm just speaking what I feel. Uh, it's like I had a few people on my show that said, "Okay, I'll talk about anything, but I'm not going to talk about politics."
Yeah.
To me, that they're being overprotective of themselves. They're thinking about their followers. They're thinking about the people that's going to buy tickets to see them. But right now, nobody's buying tickets, man. And
Anyway,
we don't know when they're going to buy tickets. And if they like you, period. It's not about your opinion. It's about your talent. It's not about, and you should have that's why when we do a lot of talk shows, I would get it would upset me because they would only want to talk about show business. But
mm,
there's more to me than just show business. I'm in the same world that everybody else is in. So
amen.
I have an opinion, and I want to say something, and you can talk to me about anything. I'm gonna say what I think. I'm gonna try not to be offensive, but if it comes down to it, if what I say offends you, then I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but it's only my opinion.
And I like that. But what do you think about those artists that went to see Trump? I can't forgive them, but you have a heart.
uh, look. Um, are you speaking about Lil Wayne
50 Cent.
and 50 Cent? Well, I don't think they. I don't. Everybody has a right
That's true.
to pick and choose where they want to go and who they want to be and who they want to be with. I don't think that one certain person or one certain man has that much power to make decisions because of the way the government is structured. It's the House of Representatives, it's the Senate, it's the Supreme Court, it's the president. So there's a lot of people that are involved in that. And so when you look at the structure of the government, you got to know that these people, you're choosing a man that has an opinion that suits your narrative. So, and a lot of times it was just about money. It
Yeah.
wasn't about what was going on as far as the
Mhm.
world is concerned. It was about whether I'm going to pay a lot of taxes or whether I'm not, whether he can help me to get my business going and help me to establish what I want to establish as far monetarily. And
Mhm.
I think the majority of them was just thinking about that, and like I made the decision to be a Biden and Harris supporter only because of that I thought it was the lesser of two evils.
True.
Do you
Yeah,
understand?
I do.
Because even even Republicans or Democrats, whoever's been in the White House, nothing has changed for me since the time I was 16, since the time I became a grown person back in the 50s, back in the 60s, back in the 70s. Nothing has changed from that time to here. We're still in the same place and we're still talking about the same things. We're still talking about racism. We're still talking about how our people don't like black people. We're,
Yes.
you know, nothing has changed, no matter who was in office. So
Mhm.
when do we start changing things? I think that this country was never set up to help black people or people of color. I don't think, because if you look at their laws and the things that has been said by different presidents, you'll find out that it was never, they always wanted to be the superior race. And so, and they felt threatened that if we become the superior race, they would be taken down. But
Yes.
that's paranoia. That's
Yeah.
you being paranoid because you've done so bad to someone, and now you're afraid that they're going to retaliate.
All right.
So you need to get over that. They need to get over that.
So you do you think California should pick another black woman to replace
Kamala,
yes.
uh, well, the way it looks now with how they're structuring the government now and how he's doing his cabinet, there's going to be a lot of women in key positions in this country. So we're going to see. We're going to see if when they get on their monthly, if it changes things.
Oh, that's cool.
Wrong.
So,
Yeah, yeah. I
and see,
know.
and remember now, us men didn't have a monthly, and we messed up things all together, right?
Anyway, you messed up. Yeah, you kept messing up. And I was going to go back to one point that you said about the government is not structured, but this guy Trump, he didn't rules didn't mean nothing to him.
No, well, because he stacked the deck.
Yeah,
The Senate, they were automatically were going to go his way because all the majority of people in there were Republicans. And if they did have a tie, Mike Pence was in there to break the tie. So you know what side he was going on. And then you got Giuliani, and then you got Barr, and you got all of Flynn, and you got all of these people now that he's pardoning.
yeah.
Why don't they pardon Bill Cosby? Why don't they? Why don't they?
Wow.
Because they went and got a 30-year something crime that he's done and put this man in jail
Yes.
because of word of mouth.
Yeah.
There's no proof that he did this. This is all of y'all are just saying that he did this. And I'm thinking, why? How can you do this when does what do they call it? The statute of limitation.
Yeah.
When does that run out?
Yeah.
It's like when I do a contract and if I come back and I want to redo the contract, they will tell me, the statute of limitation ran out, so you can't change this.
That's right.
Not even if I go to court, not even if they're wrong and they've cheated me,
Yeah.
you're telling me I have no grounds to stand on. So
That,
how do these people get to stand on those grounds and put Bill Cosby in jail? Why don't you pardon Bill Cosby? Why don't you let him out of jail? What if you're going to pardon some people, and
right.
then if you want to, and then I know I'm going to end up in a lot of trouble for this next statement.
Uh-oh.
And I mean, well, because why don't you pardon R. Kelly? Because all of that is word of mouth. That's people saying that he did these things. Nobody actually saw this. You know what I'm saying? How did these people get there?
Mhm.
Okay, how did their parents let them get there
That.
without them saying anything? And it went on because they were all profiting from this.
Mhm.
I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, let me go here though. No, because I know you sing with such style and full of emotions and deep passion. That's hard to teach. I don't see that in the new generation. Have we lost the sense of? I mean, my
Because their main reason for doing it is monetarily. It
Mhm.
Back in my day, it was something that was heartfelt, that was coming from inside out. I was singing because I loved, and that I wanted to be loved. I wanted to give love, and the only way I could express it when I wasn't getting it is to sing about it and to let people know in my music my passion and how I felt. And I think the kids nowadays, it's about the bling bling, it's about the booty, it's about it's about
It is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the majority of those songs are not about real relationships.
Mm.
Uh, but they're selling a lot of records, making a lot of money. And that's why the most of the times when you hear them talking, it's talking about the bling bling and what I got and how I look and where I'm going in my jet and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, it's materialistic. It has no, there's no love. There's no,
Mm.
there's no compassion in
Mm. Yeah, because when they get 60 and 70, how are they gonna be on stage singing like
it. Well, wait a minute. We got to watch it because you got to see now. Snoop is still hanging in there real
that?
tough. I love that's my man. He's Ice Cube. They're really hanging in there. And then you got what's my man that started
Yeah, but they got a different vibe though. Gin and Juice was, that was kind of
yeah.
funky.
you, you could relate to that. I could relate to that because it's almost grown folks talking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And, the Ice Cube, the LL Cool J,
Yeah.
what's the boy that does the movies? The movies.
Oh, Ice Cube. Did you say
Ludacris.
Ludacris? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love this cat. I love this
Yeah.
because
Nelly.
they're good, Nelly. They're good at what they do.
Yeah.
It's an artistry in what they do, and I think a lot of the rappers now that are able to take old stuff and redo it and make it valuable and make it something that everybody can relate to and sell it and make money from it. I think that takes genius.
Yes, yeah, that's good. So here's a tough question. Do you ever publicly talk about your boys? I mean, it must be still very hard to this day, and we can pass on, but
Roz, I I try to stay away from it because it becomes very emotional for me, and I try not to dwell on it because I always feel like if I could have been there, because all of this happened while I was here on the West Coast, and they were still back in Cleveland, and I just feel like if I had been there, that I could have maybe done something. I could have maybe stepped in and saved it or saved them or did something,
yeah,
to change the narrative. Um, I miss them very much because, we would talk on the phone and our friendship and our relationship. And I say friendship because I was able to talk to them about anything. And
everything.
I was able to talk to them about relationships, about money and business, and we would spend hours on the phone just laughing. If you ask my wife, she would tell you that we'd just be laughing until I cried, and we'd be. They were my friends. They were my sons. They were my comrades, and I miss them very much. And I get choked up and I get
Yeah.
emotional from it
So, but
because of them.
you're a family man anyway. You have your family everywhere you go. I'll be trying to get some tickets.
Yeah, well, I had to take all of my after the passing of my boys. I felt like it was my responsibility
Oh,
that I had to step in and be that guy, and that's why I started taking them on tour. I started taking them all over the country. We go on vacation for Christmas and New Year's, and we go to the Bahamas, and we be
Yeah.
at the beaches, and because I felt like I had to show them that this is there's other things in the world that you had to experience, and you needed to do, and it was my job as a grandparent to do that for them because I was able to do that.
And
And
remember when we were at Micah's graduation at Morehouse? It was
yeah, right. It
wow.
was pouring rain. We were down there with plastic all over our heads. Absolutely, absolutely. Me
We
and
were
Raquel and you and Mike and
yes.
Grandma. Oh, you was oh, it was. But I had on my good shoes and
Oh
they got all wet.
my linen was stained. It was not good at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
But
Well,
you were there. Mhm.
Mike has been here since Thanksgiving. He's here. He's at the house now. He's been here since
Wow.
Thanksgiving. He's been raiding my refrigerator every night. I'm about ready for him. I got to put him out before he eat me out of house. But no, I really enjoy him,
Oh, yeah.
because they help me to, my grandkids are really a great part of my life now. And in fact, uh, I'm doing a mural that I'm painting a mural that I'm going to put in my bathroom. So
Wow.
I've taken my little grandsons and I put their heads on there and I traced their
Oh,
heads. And now I'm
wow.
painting. I wish I could show it to you. Let turn that around a little bit. Uh, See this right here is going to be the mural. Can you show it down at the bottom where I can show them where I'm tracing their head? And this
Wow.
is one of my grandson's little head right there, and that's another one there. And then I got hands from
Oh, I see.
Lamica's hand, and then I'm putting Raquel's hand, and this is the mural that's going to go in my bathroom.
Wow. What's
So
in your other work?
oh, and okay. Here's a painting that a friend of mine asked me to do. This this one right here. This one right here, a painting that a friend of mine. This is some abstract work that I've done, and I got a few people that've been interested in buying it, and so I did a picture in black and white of the Golden Gate Bridge, which really, really turned out to be a great, great painting. Uh, and I really love it. Here, this one was done in black and white. Can you see
Wait a
it,
minute.
Ron?
That's a golden. Uh-uh.
That okay? That's the Golden Gate Bridge
Oh, wow.
in black and white, and
Wow.
that's the sun shining down on it.
Wow. Do I need to get Clemmy to wallet? Do I need to get Clemmy wallet?
Yeah, right,
Since
right.
we're in the Bay
Yeah.
Area, that would fit perfectly in our house.
Okay, well then what I can do, I'll get a copy of it, and I'll send you a copy. I'll get a lithograph of it and send you a copy of it, and
Wow.
that'll be my gift from me
Oh
to
my
you and
God.
Clemmy. Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. Oh
yeah.
my God. You all didn't even know that Eddie was a painter.
I didn't know it either. uh,
And a
but
good one.
I this is this has been my passion since I was a teenager, and
Wow.
the first picture I ever did was I drew some swans for my mom, which she hung in her living room until the time that she passed away. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
then, but I don't know whatever happened to that painting, but somebody got it somewhere.
Somebody got it.
Yeah, somebody got it.
God, that is wonderful.
But that's my passion. I love it. I spend hours. If you ask Raquel, she'll tell you. I get lost in here, and she has to come and she roughs me out of here.
Well,
Somebody, you need to go eat. You need to go
you
eat.
gotta stop. Because I got Clemmy some puzzles, and 1,000-piece puzzles just for something for him to do. But I'm not buying him another one because he won't stop. Once he starts.
Sounds like me. That's
Yeah,
my man. That's my
yeah.
man. Well,
I'm like,
Clemmy's he's a military man, so his concentration level
oh
is
my
of the highest level. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
God. Yeah. And the challenge to be
Yes,
challenged, he won't
yes,
stop, So
yes,
I'm
yes.
like, okay, you've done 3. I'm not getting you another one. No.
You can't get him away from it. That's right. That's right. Well, that's that's our character. That's how we are. That's who we are as men and as people. Our passion. You know what I'm saying? We want to do it until we finish it, and it's only finished. It's like painting. Painting is only finished when you feel like it's finished. Now you can go on and just keep adding, but you have to look at it someday and say, "Okay, I'm finished with it. I'm done."
Wow. That's some skills though, because I got to try to relax. I bought a painting kit and
Okay, do you use it?
I did once. Yeah, I started.
I did what?
No,
uh,
no, because
it,
once I started doing this, it's like you said earlier, it's a job. So
yes,
it's becomes
absolutely.
consuming,
But I can see your passion in it by your presentation and the way that you come on and the way that you present it and all the guests that you have on in your intro. I think that's really great. That was really super. And I know that took time and I know that took thinking and creativity and this me with me doing the live Instagram show, it let me know that it's no joke doing this kind of work. And you got to be on point and you got to do your homework. And then you almost got to become a good, commentator. Is
Mhm.
that what it is? Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
a technical, you got to be technical
yes. Oh, yeah,
because you
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what this internet is going to do.
Yeah,
You don't
absolutely.
have
Absolutely.
control over it, and this Facebook doesn't even. You have so much music, but I'm afraid to play it because I don't want to be taken down. I had ready to go. I'm like, not this time. You're not gonna get me today.
and they will do it because I guess who be trolling that stuff, who be watching just to see what you're playing and what you're doing. It's like uh what's my DJ buddy D Nice,
Yeah.
uh the work that he does is so fantastic, and what he's done for the people during this pandemic, I
Oh,
think has been sensational. And there's no words to explain how he brought people through this through music.
yeah.
And that's his contribution. And I think that's his calling, and it's a fantastic thing.
Yeah, he just jumped in it. But you've been that voice through your music for the last 50 years. I mean, The Love of Money, Backstabber, Give the People What They Want. All these songs that reflected the world. Um, now,
And it's still
yeah.
and they still are relative. Those songs were cut back in the 70s,
Mhm.
and now we're talking about 50 years ago, and those songs are still relevant in their message, and they're still relevant from the standpoint of people can still relate, like the backstabbers, the for love of money, the love trains, and give the people what they want, even down to the ballot. The you, I saw something on YouTube that Kenny Gamble posted of "You're My Sunshine," and
Mhm.
on the midnight special that we did it. And I couldn't believe that I really sounded like that.
Wow.
No, and it's the same thing like when I hear Peebo and the Whispers and Freddie Jackson, and these were tremendously talented people, and they're still very talented. And I don't know where we're going to go from here as far as the pandemic and the quarantine and the social distancing, and now they got to reconfigure the concerts and how they're going to be able to do it. I don't know how we're going to get into doing personal appearances, and now we got to go do virtual. I I just I'm baffled on how the effect that it's going to have on the artists and the promoters and the venues and promoters like yourself.
Yeah, because I specialize in corporate, and I
Yeah,
don't know if corporate, what are they going to do? They're not going to do their annual get-togethers right now, and most of the private organizations that I book shows for, they're all people of 50 plus, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So they're not planning to come together anytime soon.
I know we're not. I know we're not trying to do that.
No,
That's
no.
and it's just it's a weird time, man. It's just a weird time. It's just like we're we're in a place where it's like the Twilight Zone,
It
where
is.
you're walking around and you see everybody's got on a mask.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost like we're in a strange. We went out in outer space and came back, and we landed on a planet where everybody's behind a mask and not showing their face.
That's a good
And
movie,
yeah, it's
but it's
like
real.
yeah, but this is a reality, and I just think it's weird. And now a lot of people who are religious are just swearing that this is the last days. But how long have we been saying it's the last days? And
Yeah,
remember, it's the last days for some of us anyway.
yeah,
Because do you understand? It don't never have to be, Jesus is returning, God is coming. No, cancer. We still got diseases like that are diabetes,
yeah.
that are taking people out, and so that's their last days.
Mm.
So everybody's living in the last days. So we have to just now try to be better and try to be more humane.
Yes, and kind.
Right,
Uh,
right, and forget about hate because
yes,
uh, we're all subject to the same things. That's right. We're all going to, we all got, there's diseases that can take us all out. There's cars, there's falling off buildings, there's uh, falling off your motorcycle, there's people shooting each other. Now, that to me don't make a lot of sense. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? It doesn't change anything. Once you shoot them, you're in trouble now. You're going to jail, and now they're dead, and you're in jail. So you might as well be dead too.
yeah. Well, what would you say to any upcoming artists, especially during this time? I mean, is this the time to even try to be an artist? And I'm going to spotlight you on this one.
I think I think right now, there's a lot of talented people that are in the business, that are didn't have the exposure or the places that we played and do our personal appearances. They're not going to have that. So now all they can do is just work on their talent, be as persistent as you can, and be as good as you can, and just work hard, and it will happen for you. I don't know how broad it will happen for you, because remember, the internet covers a lot of people, and if you can get the followers, you can get through this thing and still be a dynamic force as far as entertainment. Just stay true to your course.
Amen. And I meant to ask you this earlier. You and Walter been friends since high school?
Oh, we've been friends since grade school. We started
Oh,
off. We started off. I was 7 years old and he was 6. Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
I
We've
don't
been
know.
together. We've been together that long.
Wow. You guys know each other. I mean, you know each other.
Yeah, well, we know when we know when we've had enough of each other, and and so we just say, okay, that's it. Let me get away from you.
But friends, that's friends and family. That's how you do it. You know,
That's
when
right.
enough
That's
is
right.
enough, go to your corner, I go to my corner. And
That's right. And
but
we'll come back. We'll come back.
yeah, we'll come back. Like I can't stand when people say you didn't call me back. Friendship is you just pick up wherever you left off.
Friendship is not that you have to see each other on a regular basis.
No.
That doesn't change it because I haven't seen you. I still love you. I
Yeah,
still feel the same. And when I see you, we just take off from where we left off.
where we left off. That's it. Absolutely. I gotta remind you of one other incident that we had. Do you remember after one of your shows, you, Clemmy, and I, and Renell from the radio station, we went and have drinks, and you bought a bottle of Don Perignon?
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened?
No.
Oh,
Remind me.
yes, the waitress. Oh my! The waitress picked up your bottle of Don Perignon, one of the most expensive champagnes, and shared it with two other black people that had just sat at our table.
Yeah, right, 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 right. I had some choice words for it.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, way back then, that was racism because you just assumed that those people
that
were in our group.
that's right. That's right. That's right. She just assumed that everybody at that table, everybody that around that table was part of the same group because we were all black.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I
Absolutely.
had to, come on, you can't do that. What are you doing? I don't know these people.
Yeah, we got into it really good. Well,
You're wrong.
yeah. Well,
Right.
Eddie, we are coming to the end of our broadcast, and I want to sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful. You know, my husband and I love you, and we look forward to seeing you, Rocky Ryan, again on the other side of this.
Yes, and what you got to know, Roz, that you don't have that many people that I've known as long as I've known you and Clemmy, and to have those people, and when I see you, it's like seeing family, and it's like we start all over right from where we left off. And I know the things that you're going through, and the things that you have been through, and the things that Clemmy's gone through. Remember, my prayers are with you. I
Thank
love you from the bottom of my heart, and I really appreciate your friendship. And you're one of those people that whenever I see you, you're my friend, and we're gonna always be that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Likewise. And when you're starting your show back up, you guys, I want you to, everybody to go follow. If you're not following Eddie Levert right now, I don't know what you're doing.
Well, they probably drinking like me and you. That's right.
So, anyway, do you have any inspiration, other words of inspiration for the audience or
All I want to say to them and to the people is like, keep God in your life and try your best to do what's right. And remember, what's right is always going to be right. And just love your neighbor. Try this. Try loving your neighbor as you love yourself. And try doing unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Very hard. It's going to be, that is a struggle right there. Try that and see how that works for you.
Amen. Well, that concludes our show for today, episode number 25. Thank you all. Stick around. I want to take you out with the Eddie Levert on stage. Hang on, and we'll see you back here.
Are you with me? Are you with me? Let me make love to you, baby. I won't stop till you ask me to. Tell me to, down on your knees and beg me to. Oh baby, count on you, everything a man in love will do. When the morning comes, once the night falls apart, the sun stops moving all the time. We gon' laugh, we gon' laugh, we gon' laugh because of love. Baby, 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 wants to be special. The guy that can call after midnight. He wakes you up while you're sleeping. Can I be the one?
Can I be the one?
The one and only
The one
one.
and only
Can I
one.
make you go?
Ooh, baby. Ooh,
Oh, baby, did I make you go?
ooh, baby. Ooh,
Oh, girl,